Hello and welcome to this week's Wild About Work video. In the last video, I was talking about my experience with positive journaling and what a positive impact that had on just the way I experienced my life and ultimately the way that I experienced the world as a result of that. Today I want to do something a little funny, and that is to read a passage from that positive journal. And I want to talk about something I think is really important, and that is fully acknowledging and validating the really good stuff in your life. And so when I started writing this positive journal, where I decided to do a 30-day experiment, and every day I was going to write a journal, really focusing on the positive things in my life. When I started doing that, one of the things that I did was write down all of the kinds of abundance that I had in my life. None of which had anything to do with financial at that time, but there was all kinds of really good things in my life. And so this journal entry that I'm about to read is in response to noticing something that came up for there in making that list. It's interesting to note how readily the abbotts come up as I focus on the positive aspects. It comes out something like this. Yeah, it's nice that you have this positive, but you still, whatever the negative is. It's like there's this unspoken belief that the positive elements will have no real validity or importance until whatever I'm struggling with changes. It's an interesting message to be sending myself. Essentially, it's none of these areas of abundance matter because I'm experiencing this area of lack. It's like I've created this flawed cause and effect connection in my head. This positive thing isn't leading to a change in this negative thing, and therefore it has no real importance. And that essentially shifts all the weight to whatever is not working in my life. And that was actually a pretty huge thing. It was a pretty huge thing to realize. I was realizing that basically what that was doing was saying, until you have your shit completely together, you can't enjoy anything. And I thought, boy, that's a life to live, huh? And so I really want to talk about this idea of acknowledging the positive that is going on in our lives. Life, the nature of life seems to be that, yeah, sometimes it goes a bit sideways. And one of the things that happens is we get all caught up in the sideways stuff, and we really don't pay attention, and we don't fully experience and savor the really positive things in our life. And evolutionarily, that's how we evolved. We actually evolved evolved in our minds to really, you notice the negative stuff, and something negative happens, and whoop, it's big, and it's right there, and it sticks with you. Something good happens, you go, oh, that's nice, that's fun, I like that, and then it's gone. I mean, just take the idea of you do something, you get 50 compliments on it and one negative comment on it. Which one is really going to stick? This is something that they've actually found has a neuroscience base, what's going on in your mind and how we evolved. Which makes sense when it's a survival question. It's good to be aware of the negative, but as far as our everyday life experience, focusing on that negative and ultimately invalidating a lot of the positive, or at least not giving yourself the opportunity to fully experience, can have a really detrimental effect on that. So here is what I would love to suggest for you to do this week. And that is simply to say, what's good here? What's good? What am I enjoying? What do I love? What is it that I need to soak up and savor in my life? And anytime something negative comes up, you've got a negative message about, here's this thing that I'm struggling with, here is this thing that is out of whack in my life, use that as a flag to say, okay, yeah, that's kind of not so much fun. What's good? Where's the good here? What can I enjoy in my life? What can I really absorb and say, yeah, this is a positive aspect of my life. Again, try doing that as an experiment. Maybe this time is for the next week. Just do this. Remind yourself on a day-to-day basis to do it. Maybe you put a little sticky note on your computer screen. Maybe you have a little note on the bathroom mirror to remind yourself to do this. So really, for the next week, see what happens when you start to consciously shift your focus to what's good, what's positive, what can I really appreciate and enjoy about my life right now. So that's it. That's what I have to share with you this week. And if you would like more snippets of ideas like this, certainly encourage you to hit the subscribe button down below and follow along as I keep posting more ideas and insights about how to get wild about work and how to really feel energized and alive in your career. So thank you so much for coming along for the ride, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.